Being in show business is similar to being in a tiny boat, just tossed around by waves larger than you. It was so real in my heart that God had put me there, and that as long as He needs and wants me there, He will equip me and protect me until He's done. Hi, my name is Nikki Gil-Albert. I am 32 years old. I am a singer, host, theater and TV actress. And for 12 years, I was a mixed VJ. Prior to the quarantine, I was an interior design student, but right now I am a happy wife and mom. Growing up, I'd like to say I was raised in a normal middle-class family. Both my parents were professionals. Because of their hard work, we were able to go to good schools and take occasional vacations. So I want to say early on, my sister and I realized the value of hard work. So as a student, I was very driven. My mom was a source of inspiration. When I see other women doing well, I'm inspired to do the same thing. As a child, I enjoyed reading a lot. I read a lot of Sweet Valley Kids, I read a lot of Newbery Medal books, but I was particularly interested in World War II fiction. I feel like reading has made me a more empathic person, which I feel helped a lot in my acting career. So I was able to enjoy a 12-year career in show business. And in those 12 years, what I found most fulfilling, well, one, working for Disney. Another would be my involvement with theater. Of course, mix. It was such a gift to have worked with mix. That's where I feel like I was able to hone my craft as a host. I will forever be thankful for those experiences. Of course, I had my fair share of challenges, and the first of which was finishing school while working. So when I got into the industry, I was 17 years old. I was a sophomore in Ateneo de Manila. I was an English literature student. And all of this happening while I was being shuffled from taping to mix and back to school. Needless to say, it was chaotic. But I think what made it even more challenging was I had an encounter with one of the directors that was directing one of the teleseries that I was doing at the moment. Because I was asking to leave earlier because I had an exam the following day. But before they let me go, the director told me, you can't be an actress and a student. You have to pick one. You can't be both. And I remember just being shattered on my way home and thinking, really, do I really have to pick? Another challenge I encountered was having to deal with my critics and people's opinions. Being in show business is similar to being in a tiny boat, just tossed around by waves larger than you. I would so easily be thrown off by someone's comment or someone's criticism, something that I heard or maybe read in the internet. And that was something that I had to deal with even until after I had gotten out of it. When you're in the battlefield, it just feels like the need to stay relevant is a priority. So for a season, I felt like I was just trying to swim hard to stay afloat. Because, the landscape is forever changing. After one season of a reality TV show, you're easily replaceable. There's so many artists who are more talented than you, and when that's all you hear, it's kind of jarring, kind of throws you off. So I guess what made me stay was the promise of God or just knowing that He put me in the industry for a reason, for a season, and that as long as He needs and wants me there, He will equip me and protect me until He's done. And it will feel right, there will be peace, and then I can walk away. I'm often asked, how do I make peace with failed relationships? And this is not just in the context of a romantic relationship. It could also be in the context of a friendship or family. I just remember how many unspeakable, horrible things I've done in my head. I just think of all of those things and how I didn't have to pay for any of those because God forgave me. And that said, who am I to not forgive? It's very unfair to rely on a person to complete you. That's what I always say. Don't count on the other person to fix you or fill in a gap in your heart because that's something that only God can do. One of my biggest realizations about love is that it's ever growing, ever changing, at least with me and my husband, that we are two broken people. I feel like my love for him changes as time goes by. So my love for him, from when we first started dating to when we got married to when I saw him become a father, that has changed. And so that's my biggest realization. It's ever changing, ever growing, and it's beautiful. So after all that, I guess all I really wanted to share is that in life, you will go through many different seasons, whether it be in school or in your career, in your professional career, or in love. It won't always be smooth sailing. You will go through challenges, you will go through things, but instead of dealing with these with resentment and bitterness, try to kind of weed through those experiences and take the good stuff out. Take those along with you onto your next journey. I'm Nikki Gil-Albert, and these are the life lessons I've learned so far.